Hi everyone, I'm going to read this story about apples by Gail Gibbons. An apple is a fruit. It grows on an apple tree. Apple trees grow in more parts of the world than any other fruit tree. The first American colonists brought apple seeds and seedlings with them from England. As the colonists moved westward, they brought apple seeds and seedlings with them. Some settlers found that Native American Indians had already brought apple seeds west and had apple trees growing near their villages. Many times during the early 1800s, John Chapman traveled throughout the wilderness of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Indiana, planting apple seeds. He also gave seeds and seedlings to the settlers there. He became known as Johnny Appleseed. Some apples are grown at home, but most are grown commercially. A group of apple trees is called an apple orchard. Each year, about 250 million bushels of apples are grown in the United States, and about 28 million bushels are grown in Canada. An apple is a firm, crisp, fleshy fruit with a hard center called a core. The core has 5 seed chambers. You see, this is the inside. There are the seeds. This is the fleshy part that we eat. And then on the outside is the skin. We can also eat the skin, can't we? And there's the stem. And there's a leaf hanging from it. In the springtime, flowers called apple blossoms begin to bloom on the apple trees. Each blossom has to be pollinated in order for an apple to grow. The blossoms are usually pollinated by insects or by the wind. After a while, the blossoms begin to die and the apples start to grow. Look at this. You can see the flowers that have dried up, and look, the apples are starting to get round. Throughout the warm summer, the little apples grow bigger and bigger. During the late summer or early fall, the apples ripen. These are golden delicious. When the apples are loaded with ripe apples, when the trees are loaded with ripe apples, it's harvest time. Workers pick the apples by hand. During the fall, it's fun to go apple picking. Also, there are country fairs. Awards are given to the best looking apples, the best tasting apple pies, and the most delicious applesauce. There's apple cider too. During Halloween, there are caramel apples and candy apples. Some people bob for apples. When winter arrives, the apple tree branches become bare. The trees will become dormant until the next spring. Dormant means alive, but not actively growing. In the spring, the trees will produce a new crop of apples. These are some apples that are grown in North America, where we live. Rome Beauty, McIntosh, Jonathan, Stamen, Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, York, and Granny Smith. Apples have many tastes, ranging from sweet to tart. All apples are different shades of yellow, green, and red, or a mix of those colors. And that is the end.